I remembered Gen saying something about the totems were related to the moiety numbers, but I didn't know what else it was. All right, so over here. So this tells us what the numbers are. All right. So roughly. This will tell us roughly what the numbers are. These over here are the moiety numbers. So this, I think, is 1, I think. Dunny number 1, right? Let me look that up again. Dunny number converter. So, yes. This is 1. So this is 1 is the circle. There we go. In the upper, yeah, the third in the upper right. This one, this is another basic Dunny number, is which it's the nope, clear. That's 3. So 3 is the one we were just at, which is the other quadrant. So this is, well, this one is 5. So 5 is the upper left quadrant and lower left or lower quadrant. So that gives us 3 of the numbers. So interesting. So 4, which is not on here. You kind of have to figure out the number system and how Dunny combines their numbers. So again, here. So if we do this just randomly, 1. Really? No, that should have been 2, right? Yeah, that's 2. So this number is 2. But see if we can get a higher number. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is 9, and if you see that horizontal slash here, that symbolizes 5, but this elbow shape symbolizes 4. So it's kind of additive. So there's unique symbols for 1 through 5, and then it's additive where you overlay in order to get up to 10, you overlay the symbols together. So this is 4 plus 5 is 9. All right. So if we look here at these numbers again, so the top one here, this is 8. So this is 4 plus 4. If moiety knit works the same where it's additive, yeah, because it's 5 plus 3 rather, 5 plus 3. But this isn't the way moiety writes 5. So that's not the way it is. Is it a base 4 system then? I'm not sure. But the 2 here, if I'm correct. Wait, what's this one again? This is 5, right? Because just the top here is 3. So plus that. Is it a base 3 system? Interesting. I'm guessing, though, that the bottom here is 2. So this is 8. So this would be 8. That's moiety 8. Excuse me. This is 11? No, this is 6. So this is moiety 6, which is the top 2 quadrants. Sorry, not technically quadrants, because quad is 4. All right, so that's 2 and 4 are the only ones we're missing. A symbol for 2 is this, but rotated. This is actually the symbol for 10. So this is 10. Excuse me. 10 in terms of quantity, not necessarily 10 in terms of the number. Because like I was saying earlier about bases, in a base 5 system, 5 is 10. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and so on, all the way up to 44. And then it wraps over to 100. All right, so this is 10. This is 8. So we've got 1, 3. So we're only missing 2 and 4. And noticing the pattern here, if I'm right, then 2 is just the bottom one. And 4 would be the right and bottom. So right and bottom would be 4. All right, do I have, which one am I missing? So we don't necessarily need the photos of the individual things here. The one that's broken. The one that's broken is number 5. So I'm going to write down broken real quick. So, okay, we have to find all the others then. If I'm right about how the numbering system works. So interesting. I did not know what to make of those symbols. I did not recognize them. I had no idea what they were. So I just ignored them. First time through. I was like, I already know how to read dunny numbers, or at least can look it up. And I already know how to find out the dunny numbers, so we're just going to ignore the rest of it. But no, that's not the actual answer. That's not what you need to do. So now I need to find the 5 more totems, and one of them I'm missing. All right, so this is, I've already lined all but one of them. I've already lined this one, right? So yeah, I've already lined this one. This should be number 1. This is number 1. Somewhere around here is going to be... We filled this with water, right? Oh, you're not filled with water anymore. Do I have to fill you with water again? Or is it the flowers? Because the flowers glow. I think this is where they get the white paint. From these flowers. So do I have to get the right angle from the flowers? In order to see what it is? Somewhere around here, there should be something that will let us know what animal this is. But I'm not seeing the answer. The only thing I can think is because the flowers glow in the moiety lens. So there's something I'm missing. All right, either I have to fill that with water, or maybe I have to go up above. So let's get up there. Let's go back into the village. Let's climb up there. Because we were up there earlier. All right, it should be around here. This is number 1. All right, so up here does that... Still can't see that. That looks like one of the animals. Is that possibly the one we have to do? The upside down frog? The spread-eagled frog? I'm going to draw this real quick. There we go. All right. Alright, so if we do this, that will send water to the tree. Alright. Nope, that's not what I wanted. No, that's not what I wanted. Why are you not letting me select the... There we go, the lens. So now the tree is blooming even further. So it's got to be this thing. This has to be one of the animals. Alright. Because that's the only other thing that makes sense. Nothing else around here is glowing. But this made the tree bloom. Again, this made the tree bloom even further. Alright, so if we go back down there now, keeping the lens out. Yeah, it's not really an inventory puzzle, so that's good at least. But the lens is a tool. Okay, white paint. So this is where they mix the white paint. Okay, I took a wrong turn somewhere. Where was the way down? It was around this way, yes. I'm hoping to get back to the tree before the water drains completely. Yeah, they were making and mixing the white paint there. Yeah, see the... Okay, so this is the beetle. This is the beetle. Alright, so this is a beetle. Is number 1. Okay, so now we have to find the other totems. Alright, I don't think there was one down here. Alright, where are the other totems? There is one near the entrance of this island. Should be down this way, I think. Yes, right here. So this is the 2 quadrants at the top. This one should be number 6. We just have to find our thing. Oh, that's what this is for. I was wondering why that was glowing white. Okay, so this is the whelk. You know, the, let me... There we go. No, did I not? Oh, I need to keep you draining. Alright. There we go. Got a crude drawing of it. Very crude drawing. So yeah, this should be number 6. I'm going to write whale just so I don't get confused. Alright. Let's go back up here. Because we had one of the totems over here. I think the totems are going to all be on this island. Pretty much most of them are, at least. Yeah, we have another one over here. Plenty of moths around here. So this is... This is number 3? No. Do I not have that lined up right? I do. So this should be number 3. And moth? I don't understand. Oh, this is the frog. 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 Okay. This is number 3, according to my thingamabob. According to, assuming I have it right. Huh. So what was the hidden one down below then? Because I swear... I have this right. The upper left quadrant should be number 3. Is this maybe supposed to be 2? Do I have those backwards? Take me back down to the village. I want to look at that one that was underneath again. That was the moth. Did I misread that? The guide said it was number 3, I think. Because it was, oh, it's the only number left. But, I don't know. I'm not so sold on that anymore. Unless my understanding of moiety numbers is completely wrong or something. So is that only on temporary? That reset itself. So we gotta climb back up there. I need to take a look at the one up here. Did I not align it right? Or something? Did I write down the moiety or the numbers wrong? Because the guy that I looked at definitely said the one under the vent was number 3. And that just does not make sense. Based on everything I already know. Did I go the wrong direction? No. This is the right way. Yeah, there we go. So unless I wrote down the moiety numbers wrong... I don't know. We'll find out. I want to take a look down here first. Before I look at the school again. Alright, back down we go. Alright, this is open. So this one was definitely the moth. Okay, so this is the lower one. Assuming I have that lined up. So, did I have 2 and 3 backwards? Okay, let's go back to the school. I might have had the symbols for 2 and 3 backwards. And if I have the symbols for 2 and 3 backwards, I might have a few of the others wrong as well. One way to find out. We're going to take a look again. But yeah, it's all about pattern recognition. You know, you have to figure out what the pattern is. How, you know, how Dunny numbers correspond to Arabic numerals, and how moiety numbers correspond to Dunny numbers. Alright, so back down here. Because I want to look at that chart again. Alright, so this chart. Give me my phone so I can look at the Dunny numbers. Alright, Dunny numbers. This one is 1. That is definitely 1. Okay? And then this one is 3. So that is definitely 3. So this has to actually be 2 then, not 3 for the moth. Yeah, that is definitely 3. And the moth has to be number 2. I'm just writing down the beetle. All right. So yeah, that has to be correct. And then down at the bottom here, this one is 6. So that is most definitely 6. So we have 1, 3, 5, and 6. Leaving just 2 and 4 that we didn't, we had to infer. So 2's got to be the bottom. And then 4 is the right and bottom. So I had it right. The guide said it wrong? Or maybe I misread the guide. I don't know. Either way, I was getting confused. We need to find more of the totems. Because we still need... Yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, and 6. We still need 4 and 5. And I don't think I've found... There's one of them I haven't found at all yet, I don't think. The broken one was number 5. I know we found that. So it's number 4 that we haven't found? Somewhere on the island here is number 4? Or maybe I just didn't take a picture of one of them. Yeah, 5 is the broken one. I have pictures of 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. So yeah, 4 we haven't found yet. Either we haven't found 4 or I just didn't take a picture of it. Alright, let's go back into the forest. Because I think there's one of them in the forest. Yeah, we already did this one. That's the frog. Okay, it should be one in the passage to the left. Yeah, right down here. So this is the broken one. This is number 5. Yeah, this is the broken one. Alright. Let's bring out our moiety lens. And I see you. So this would be the platypus. Yeah, pretty close. There we go. It's a platypus. The platypus type guy. Ah, my pen. Alright, so that just leaves number 4, which is the one we haven't found yet. The one totem we haven't found. Somewhere on this island is the 4th totem. I might end up having to look up where it is. But we're going to wander the island first before we do that. Alright, so if we go to the right here... we have the fish. Alright. Yeah, this is going to be down below. But I don't think the totem's down there. I could be wrong, but I don't think the totem's down there. Let's go... Well, I know it's not up... Maybe it is up top. Let's go up top first. Because there was that passage past the spinning dome. Or past the rift access. That takes us up to the Judgment Tower. And maybe there's something over here? Nope, nothing here. That's the watchtower. Okay, so nothing here. Alright then. Let's go back down below. Yeah, I want to go all the way down. We're missing the last totem, and it's one I don't think I've found at all yet. I don't think I found it at all. Alright. If we go across, that gives us access to the bathysphere. But again, I don't think there's anything down there. There's something I'm missing. Alright. Now, I don't need to call the bathysphere this time. I think it's supposed to be implied that this is a Gen-only location. Or Gen's disciples only. Because in order to access the fish totem, in order to access the fish mouth, you have to come at it from behind, which means coming at it from Survey Island or through the bathysphere. So I don't think... Yeah, there's not going to be anything over here. Okay. And we have to think about, we're looking for something from the moiety. From the native inhabitants. So we need something that, an area that is not specific just to Gen and his disciples. But something that would be easily accessed by the natives. Some of the totems are out in the open. Some of them are a little bit hidden. But either way... Alright. Go back up here. There's nothing else around here, right? No. This is a path authored by Gen. Alright, so this is back out. We go this direction. This should take us up to the village. Up toward the village. Yeah, the village is that way. If we go this direction instead... Okay, so this takes us back up to the logged forest. Alright, so this is the passage where we can get back into the moiety tunnel easily. Where is the totem? Where is the totem? Yeah, this takes us to the village. Where we're locked out. Or we were locked out. Oh, it looks like somebody was fishing. All the bobbers are out now. Yeah, all of these things that were kind of... Oh, no, there's just more here. Okay, never mind. Where is the last totem? I have no idea. I'm just making sure that these things don't glow. My ears are starting to hurt, too. From having these headphones on nonstop for 5.5 hours. I'm getting hungry. Ugh. I don't want to stop, though. I'm having too much fun. Alright, I'm going to look this up, because this is going to drive me crazy otherwise. Alright. Jungle Island. Totem Secrets. The totem at the top of the hill. Rotate, yada yada. Yeah, that's number 2. Technically, I think it's backwards. We might have to flip 2 and 3. And back to the area. Water area at the start of the jungle island. See another totem. Lines match up. So yeah, that one we got. That's number 6. Moiety number 5 is the... What? The frog. I think maybe the numbers are randomized. Do a new totem that's for the platypus. So these are the ones I already found. Yeah, I think the numbers are randomized. Okay, Boiler Island. No. Starry Expanse. No. Prison Island. Come on, why are you... Let's try that again. There we go. Fifth Totem. Prison Island actually houses a totem for us to find. Okay. And it says it's number 1, but I bet you anything that's the one I'm missing. So we have to go back to the prison island. Okay, so back to the forest then. Because we got to get to the Starry Expanse. So it says there's a totem on the... yeah, that's got to be the one I'm missing. Did I go the right direction? Yeah. There's a totem on the prison island. I thought they would all be on the so-called jungle island. I've been calling it the forest island. Which way? Up. Yeah, the forest village island. That's got to be the one we're missing. Alright, so if we go back here. So the forest is... Okay, this is the Dragon's Eye. Yeah, there we go. Gotcha. Gotta stop it right at the right place. There we go. Alright. In we go. We gotta get to the prison island. The prison is the Cat's Eye. Okay. Alright, the prison is the Cat's Eye. We gotta just sit here and wait for this to open up. Alright, down we go. Oh, I need to go further down. I gotta call this to us, don't we? Yeah, because it's not aligned. There we go. Wow, it really can't just get directly where it needed to go. It should have flipped over the other way. Then it wouldn't have to do this. It's like it obviously found the correct tangent. Because it turned back to us, you know, correctly, but... Alright, prison is the Cat's Eye, right? Yeah, Cat's Eye right here. Alright. There we go, this one. There we go. Alright, so the prison island, where I thought we didn't really have much of anything to do. Turns out I was wrong. Alright, did I... I went the wrong place. Gotta go back down. There we go. Oh, I didn't even think. We've activated all of the islands and sent the marbles into the center. So we should be able to use Gen's linking book now at the Gold Dome, I think it is. But I guess I want to meet the moiety first. All right, so now we're at the prison island. And somewhere around here there's a totem. This just seemed like such a short path here, but we can get off here. Okay, I was gonna say. And then there's a totem back this way. There we go. And there it is. There's the totem. If we line up. Line you up. And yes, according to my diagram, this should be number 4. Alright, so where, oh where, is our animal? Okay, up here maybe? Can't quite see anything. Oh, I gotta keep climbing up. Not seeing anything out this way. Aha, through here? No. That didn't do it. Maybe further up? Alright, keep climbing further up. Is this going to let us talk to Catherine? Still can't see it from here. Can't climb up there. But maybe this is how Catherine gets out eventually? Okay, we can climb here, though. Alright, so this is blocked off. Oh, there she is. So we can actually talk to Catherine now.
You made it. But how did you get past Gen? I know what he's doing. He's watching you. He's waiting for you to make a mistake. You can't let Gen get back to Dunny.
I won't.
Find the moiety. They have the book. Be careful.
I will. But, you gonna help me? Because I still need an animal here. I still need a 6th animal. Oh, I can't do it right there. There we go. Alright, I am not seeing anything. I'm surprised it would let me walk over here, but yes, I am still not seeing anything. Alright, so let's go back down. Maybe we don't have to come up here to get the animal? Because I have a feeling it's tied to whatever that port is. Whatever that porthole is. Maybe it's my fault for just not looking up in the right place when we were down below. Yeah, this thing. I have a feeling it's tied to that. But I don't know. Let's go back down first. So that is what's... Okay, I think that's what's shining the light on here. Yeah, so that's where the light's coming from. Where is the animal? They're usually not that far away. Oh, hello. What did that do? I don't understand what... I'm not seeing the animal shape. Do we have to look at it from the other side? But how? How do I get to the other side? Yeah, well, let me go around that way. How do we get to the other side? That's gotta have it. But I can't look at it. I don't understand. Okay, I'm gonna look at the guide again, because I don't understand. Behind the totem is a particular route that looks peculiar. There's two familiar Riven daggers in it, so clearly special. If you're struggling to find it, check out the image below. Yes, I found it. Interact with the route, and part of it will pivot forward. You may not instantly know why or what to do with it. Key is to go around the top of the pivoted route, and you should see a small hole. Oh, there we go. Okay, okay. So it's a telescope. Ah, God damn it. There we go. And that is the fish that looks like the Dunny Tower. Yeah, it looks like the Orange Tower in Dunny. I think it's the Orange Tower. Alright. What did they call it in the guide? So yes, if I'm right, the actual... The images associated with each totem don't change, but the actual order does. The numbers associated with them change. Alright. So we have everything we need now. We can go to see the moiety. By the way, this game probably has multiple endings, much like the original. I'm probably not going to go for all of the endings, because there are minor variations in some of them. However, I will be trying to go for like the best ending, first and foremost. And then we'll see after that. Alright, so we got to go back to the jungle island. The forest island, which is the Dragon's Eye. Oh, I have to... Where do I... Oh, yeah, I have to go down here first. In order to stop the spinning thing. There we go. Alright, I need the cat's eye. Nope, didn't have it lined up right. There we go, gotcha. Alright, so now we can get up here. We'll have to come back here at least one more time and then leave one more time. Alright, now we stand here and wait for everything to open up for us. Alright, should be good now. Now we want the Dragon's Eye. Get back to the center here. Alright, Dragon's Eye, Dragon's Eye. There it is. There we go. There we go. Keep it around here. That's the one we need. Alright, gotta climb all the way up to get out, I think. Boop-a-doop-a-doo, up we go. There we go. Now we can get out. I just gotta sit here and wait. And then back into the moiety passages. And it's interesting how they turned the fish to point downward and made that into, because that's actually also the game icon on the Windows desktop. Oops, wrong direction. Because it looks more like the tower in Dunny. Or maybe it's supposed to be the gold dome? I don't know. But it reminds me of the tower in Dunny. Which is strange, because you don't really get to go see much of Dunny in Riven. Unless they change things and add it on. I don't know. You know, the only game that really lets you explore Dunny is Uru. You know, you get to explore a little bit of it in Mist 5, but mostly it's in Uru. Okay, so it should be you, you, and you. And that opens it up. Okay. There we go. So now we go this way. And assuming I have the order correct... Okay, so first beetle. Not that beetle. This beetle. Okay, then the moth. Moth, moth, moth. Moth, moth, moth. Moth. Then the frog. There we go. Then the fish, which looks more like the Dunny Tower. See? See how that looks like a tower there? Okay, then the platypus looking guy. The one down from the lagoon is what the actual thing looks like. Almost kind of like a mosasaurus. And then the whelk, or the whale. And that is correct. There we go. Now we have access to the book that will link us to the age where the moiety are hiding. You know, the symbol of the dagger, the moiety dagger. Oh, shoot. And that's closing off too or something? Oh, maybe not. There we go. And the way they've gotten their linking books to work is with this stone. By putting the stone on top there. So let's go ahead and... we have to... Ah, there we go. I think these are stones. It could be a section of a charred book. Maybe one of Gen's failed books? I don't know. In the original game, I swear they were stones, though. Like viewing stones. But yes, this is the age that was the cover of the original Riven. Ugh, being able to see it in 3D now is so amazing. And of course, this is where the linking book back to Riven would be, but yeah, it's hidden right now for protection. And we just got darted. Okay, we're closing in on the end of the game now, I think. Oh man, I cannot wait to play this in VR. Yeah, I can't understand you, dude. I think this age is called Tay. I could be wrong, though. It's very dark right now. Oh, my ears hurt a little. I've been wearing these headphones nonstop for the past 6 hours. Yes, we wake up. We're inside the big bulb tree thing. Yep, arrive on Tay, so that's what it's called. Hello? Can I knock? No? Can't knock. All we can do is sit here and wait. Up. Now we're kind of locked into place a little bit. I can't actually move, but that's fine.
Katerina e now da saya ya palo. Yapa ay manay ya lepo. Miotisay. Bekaretere wirape yelo kene falapo.
I have no idea what you're saying.
Why te fulupe? Now Katerina ne.
She's mentioning Catherine at least. Alright, so we can pick up the books here. And then if we read... I write quickly from my prison. Along with this journal, I've instructed Neela to return the book that the moiety intercepted upon your arrival. After questioning her, I've concluded that it was written by Atris for a very specific purpose. Gen will wish to use it, though he will undoubtedly be suspicious. Once he is out of the way, you'll still need the combination to release me. I'm told the key he keeps it somewhere in his outpost on 233. Then I assume we are to signal Atris. I think I know how it might be done, but don't attempt it before I'm released. So that would be Catherine's journal. Is there... Ah, different pages. Okay. It's been 1 week since I linked to Riven, and I'm still reeling from the changes I've witnessed. Even before my eyes could adjust, the smell of my homeland embraced me. The sweet salt air was instantly familiar, but the scene that soon resolved was not. As I stood there, struggling to make sense of what I was seeing, a violent clang sounded and bars appeared before me. It was then that I must have been darted, for my memory after is cloudy. A Rivenese man, shabbily dressed in militaristic attire, was shouting something at me. He seemed to be attempting to speak Dunny, but his grasp of the language was so poor that I could not make out his words. And then the world went dark. Many voices passed, until at last I awoke to a familiar face. Etty. After all this time, she's still as warm and kind as ever, and yet the years have clearly wounded her, as they've wounded everyone whose world became a prison when Gen was trapped here. Everything is tinged with pain and loss, even Eddie's bright smile, though she does her best to hide it. A desperate urgency, squelched by unfettered fears, seethes beneath her cordial veneer. When Atris and I left Gen here all those years ago, I was haunted by visions of what had become of my people and how they might have come to suffer under his rule. But the injustices I imagined were nothing compared to the atrocities that have actually come to pass. The following is a chronicle of what I have learned, a record of all that has happened, should I no longer be here to tell it. The moiety. It seems the confrontation that led to Gen's entrapment on Riven was witnessed by some of the Rivenese, but their interpretation of the event was skewed, no doubt due to Gen's overinflated view of himself. Atris and I had hoped that stripping him of his ability to link to other worlds might lead people to conclude that his claims of godhood were false. But it appears the opposite has come to pass. If Gen was a god, then we had vanquished him. Then we must be greater gods. It was thus assumed that my absence was only temporary and that I would surely return one day to set the world right again. Thus the moiety, the name they adopted after Gen's disparaging use of the term, were formed were born sworn enemies of Gen and devotees of me. So basically, they worship Catherine. I had no inkling of this misconception about myself until 2 days ago, though in hindsight, it makes perfect sense, given the way I've been treated. For their part, they naturally assumed an omniscient deity might be well aware of their own divine status, so there was no need to inform me. I only finally pieced it together during a recent underground gathering where they reenacted their version of the story of my life. A riveting tale that culminated with the confrontation between Atris, myself, and Gen at the edge of the fissure. The events had been exaggerated to such grandiose proportions that I found it hard at times to suppress my laughter, and yet this myth has also given them the courage to stand against Gen, and the hope that they might someday be delivered from the relentless inhumanities of his authoritarian rule. Even so, the fact that I am the one who has been cast as their savior, an omnipotent being who would one day return to Riven, overthrow Gen, and lead them to a new paradise, is deeply unsettling. I would do anything to free my people from this hellish existence, but I am not who they think I am. How, though, I can dissuade them from this notion without also crushing their hopes? As Gen's power grew, so did the moiety, and in order to evade his persecution, for he would wipe them all out in an instant if he could, they had to become more and more adept at concealing themselves. They make use of a network of caves that so far he has failed to discover, but I fear it is only a matter of time before they are found. So yeah, secret passage to the rebel linking room. 3 Baloo must be lit. So yeah, that's what I was looking for earlier, in order to get back in. Further jeopardizing their existence is the fact that the moiety absolutely refuse to sever their ties with those who have sided with Gen. The two factions thus live together in surprising harmony, their overarching sense of cultural unity appearing to outweigh the schism at least for now. I heard today that Father and Anant were inducted into Gen's labor force. I so longed to see them, but a dimness shrouded Eddie's face so abruptly when I asked of them that it left me hesitant to press the matter further. I must know the truth eventually, but I fear the news will not be good. From the moment of their inception, the moiety have sought to disrupt Gen's plans at every turn, sabotaging his constructions, stealing from his precious stockpiles, and keeping an ever-watchful eye on his every move. They shroud themselves with dark coverings and delight in the fact that their enemies are often frightened by their wraith-like appearance and their almost preternatural ability to wreak havoc without deduction or consequence. It was in the course of one of these forays that I was fortuitously rescued when I first linked to Riven. I shuddered to think what might have become of me had that scout not been there to intervene. Gen will certainly be hunting for me now, no doubt furious at his guard's failure to detain me. He must be even angrier, though, at the loss of the linking book he surely assumes I brought with me. That I was deceived into linking into Riven without a way back, it is a bitter yet fortunate fact, for it must well have meant the death of us all had a path to Dani fallen into his destructive hands. When he finally discovers that I came here empty-handed, he'll be angrier still. That is some consolation, at least. I have glimpsed the final breath of a dying age. A tiny blade cuts the void. The white whale divided, again and again. Dipped in black, the nib dries red, the art of genocide. Today I ventured above ground to see for myself what has become of the island. I hoped it wouldn't be as bad as the moiety had reported. It was worse. Having lived with it for so long, the Rivenese have become inured to the steady decay around them, but I was devastated. As we wound our way through the underbrush, I found myself once again breathing in my youth, the ocean air transporting me back in a matter of seconds. But as my eyes again took hold, the warmth of those memories vanished, and I was left with nothing but numbness. We had reached a bluff that had not been there the last time I visited my home. Riven, which was once one island, has split apart into 5 distinct pieces that have since drifted at an astonishing rate. 4 of these have been claimed by Gen as his exclusive domain. Only those who have sworn their loyalty to him are ever allowed access to him. From my vantage point at the edge of the trees, I could see 3 of them, now blighted with Gen's monomaniacal constructions. These islands are closely guarded and pose great personal risk to the moiety. though that hasn't kept them from doing whatever they can to thwart Gen's endeavors there. So this is, the links to the islands. The fourth island I could not see, as it has crept away to some distance and now lies concealed by fog. The moiety and that said that Gen originally governed from this small island, living and working in a protected space he built for himself atop the stump that remains where the great tree used to stand. Yeah, there used to be a huge giant tree, and in fact, that was the roots we were crawling in. The only surviving forest is located here on the largest island, where the village also remains. This island was ostensibly intended to be the province of the people, but it too has been irrevocably marred by Gen's oppressive intrusions. Woods fall, brittle brown leaves, masquerading as green, should never have held lives both bloomed and as yet unseeded. I feel nothing today. I am an outcast among outcasts, the diaspora of a dying world. Despite my repeated protestations, the moiety continue to treat me differently, their desperate need precluding any dissuasion from the belief that I am some sort of messiah, come to save them. They misconstrue my every move as a validation of their faith, whispering of how I walk the island, bold and unafraid, mistaking my outrage at the island's devastation for bravery. But I am afraid, for I know something that the moiety do not, the underlying reason for the island's accelerated decay. Gen wrote this world, and so it will fall, as all of Gen's ages ultimately fail. So it will fail, as all of Gen's ages ultimately fail. I must make the moiety understand this, but I cannot talk to Eddie. There were brief moments, soon after my arrival, when my divine status was forgotten, and I was simply Katrin again. But they are almost non-existent now. I wonder if Eddie is the woman who came in here. Or maybe it's Nella. Yeah, it is. Okay. There is one person, however, who seems immune to these fallacious notions. Nella. Her gaze has never faltered whenever I've dared hint at the uncomfortable truth. I feel I could trust her to bear the full brunt of it. Gen is making books. How did I not know this until now? Atris and I knew he would likely attempt it, as he has adopted the paranoid practice of writing all of the necessary materials into his ages. He's been exploiting the natural resources and the people of Riven as fodder for his mad pursuit to further his colonialist ideals. Thankfully, it sounds as if he has not yet succeeded. As painful as it's been, the fact that I've returned to Riven at this crucial juncture is fortuitous. The age is crumbling, and my people are suffering, and if Gen succeeds in securing his freedom, other worlds will suffer the same. The moiety are looking to me. I may only be mortal, but I have to do something. It's been a long time since my last entry. Oh, that is the mechanism for the gazer into the rift. The rift observation point. It has been a long time since my last entry. There is much to tell. It was hard to recognize, but I found the Star Fissure. It is located on what Gen refers to as his Temple Island, though the moiety prefer to use the Rivenese word alapo, which means water pool. They've thus taken to referencing to the void itself as Alaturan, pool of stars. It is the very fissure that allowed Atris and me to escape this age without leaving a linking book behind us, though it has since been sealed with a skin of heavy iron. Several derelict devices from that time remain mounted to its surface, excuse me, including a hatch with a windowed viewport, a large telescope, and the mechanical lift that was used to install it, the combination to which was engineered by the moiety long ago. And this is the moiety numbers system. I'm going to take a picture of this. I may end up having to look this up, but I am definitely taking a picture of this right now, because that is the actual the combination. There we go. In the early days, the moiety briefly considered reopening the fissure. Thankfully, they decided against it. Had they attempted it back then, the results might well have been catastrophic. Were they to do so today, it would certainly mean the end of Riven. I am told that in the days immediately following Gen's confinement on Riven, he attempted to determine the feasibility of navigating the stars beneath the fissure, for he had seen the Mist Book fall from Atris's hands into that very same space. To this end, he sacrificed several poor souls, alleged transgressors of the law, by throwing them down into the hatch so he could observe their fate. It is said that they did not die, but what becomes of them remains a mystery. And that original fissure is no longer alone. New ruptures have appeared in recent years at various locations around the island. In some instances, the moiety were able to glimpse the breaches before Gen and his minions moved in to contain them. Excuse me. Their descriptions support my suspicion that the forces that are tearing Riven apart are more than merely geological. More troubling, however, is that Gen is not simply containing these rifts, but is somehow using them to travel between the islands, and that he has also reportedly devised a way to harvest the energies from the expanse for some as yet unknown purpose. How like him to wantonly exploit for his own selfish gain that which he does not understand. The starfield beneath the fissure is not as it seems. It is a gentle space, as hospitable to life as a flowing river. That is how Atris described his brief time within the expanse, before he linked out, leaving his mistbook adrift within it. He was never able to conclude upon its nature, but I cannot help but feel that there must be some greater phenomena behind it. I will continue reading Catherine's book in a moment, but I need to get some water and I need to use the bathroom. I've been holding it in for quite some time, hoping that I could get through this game quicker, but it's been going longer, so I will be back in a minute. Much better. My bladder is no longer full to bursting and I have some water. Alright. Something I should have mentioned earlier. One of the colossal blades that appeared in the course of our escape from Riven, the great dagger that stands at one of the fissures, at one end of the fissure, has been adopted by the moiety as the emblem of their struggle. They have their own explanation as how it came to be, of course, but their choice is more apt than they know, as that dagger, along with the other blades, was a manifestation of my rage at the desecration that Gen had already wrought upon my world. I haven't told the moiety that I wrote it into their age, as I fear that would only fuel their overestimation of me, but I can't deny it pleases me to have inadvertently provided them with such a fitting symbol for their cause. My limited encounters with Gen's followers have been discouraging. Whenever I've attempted to engage them, they've fled from me. I heard an interesting tale from the moiety last night, which may help to explain this. Soon after we trapped Gen on Riven, he claimed that it was he who had been responsible for the Great Blades, summoning them as a preemptively punitive reminder of the obeisance he expected. In the village circles, it is told that this act marked the beginning of a period of restitution, at the end of which, provided they had proven their devotion to him, they would be delivered into a new and better existence. I will continue my attempts to intervene on their behalf. The cage has finally failed. Gen is free. My sources have confirmed that Gen has managed to create a functional linking book. In fact, he had done so before my arrival, but kept this accomplishment so well hidden that only his closest acolytes were aware of it. In keeping with his callous regard for the worlds he creates, he has simply named this age 233. It is not yet known whether he has written others. Well, he has written at least 232 other, books, though how many of those were actually successful, I have no idea. It is not yet known whether he has written others. I have also just learned that years ago, a moiety scout managed to steal a book that was an early failure that Gen had intended to destroy. It was largely complete, but did not work. I wasn't told about it until now because I thought it was useless. Gen struggled for decades, but he could never get a conventional linking book to work. Then, one day, he began construction on a cumbersome mechanical solution. A complex array of devices designed to harness the energies of the starry expanse and use them to suppress his book's inherent flaws. The design phase was chaotic and often dangerous. The moiety tell of tremendous explosions as Gen sought to contain and wield forces that he knew little to nothing about. But he is nothing if not determined, and eventually he was able to use this enormous crutch to link to another age. I can't deny his brilliance, but it is an abominable solution, brutish and overwrought, and all but entirely unnecessary. I have studied the partially burned book that the moiety took from him. Although he sought retribution for the affront, he appears to have been otherwise untroubled by the theft, no doubt assuming the book would be useless in the moiety's hands. But I can see what they could not. The book may yet be salvageable. The age the book describes is wholly unsuitable as a home for the moiety, but I think it can be modified. I will dream, and so she begins to dream and create Tay. I have nearly finished writing the moiety's age. The world, as described, is harsher and more desolate than they are used to, but they should be able to sustain themselves there. But we'll need a second book. Gen has been spending most of his time on 233 lately, so the danger is less, but getting into his lab will still be difficult. The coming collapse weights the air, blurring my vision both day and night. We must act soon. Success! We have secured the second book, though I worry now that Gen will miss it and deduce our plans before we're ready. The descriptive book I've prepared as a refuge for the rebels is useless unless I can find a way to convert its inherent flaws. to correct its inherent flaws. Gen's massive machine mainly functions to manipulate the energies within the expanse. It serves its purpose, but its excess seems unwarranted. The Rivenese have long used crystalline substrates as an elegant means to manipulate light. If I could just find the right material. Last night's dreams have delivered me a perilous plan. I will write the substance into the new moiety age. So, if we could temporarily access Gen's apparatus, we could use our book to link to this new age and search for the crystal. Someone would then have to carry the book back to safety once the link was made. If it fell into Gen's hands, all would be lost. When Gen links to 233, one of his acolytes always remains to shut down the device. We'll have to get to him before he can do so, which means we'll only have one chance before they're alerted to our presence. Everything is ready. I have written the material into the new age, and I have prepared the second linking book as a return path to Riven. Of course, it too suffers the same deficiencies as all of Gen's books, so it won't work unless it's augmented. Once I'm in the new age, I'll have to locate the crystal and adapt it to heal the gateway image, which should render the book functional. I can then use the second linking book to return to Riven with more of this material. It's risky, but if it all goes well, the moiety, and any others we can convince to join them, will finally have an escape. I can't help but laugh at the absurdity of this plan. I sound like Atris. Should I fail to return, it will likely mean the end of my life, but my only real fear is for my people. Everyone assures me they have complete faith that I will accomplish my task and lead them to a better world. That's the fulfillment of the prophecy, after all, but underneath they are just as tense and fearful as I am. What will become of them if I do not return? Will they perish here on Riven, or attempt to follow me through this new book to an unknown fate? I don't know what to tell them. Against all odds, it is done! We have already evacuated most of our members to this new age, with which the moiety have named Tay. The world is more beautiful than I'd anticipated, so I am pleased. The Rivenese have been liberated at least. They stand beneath the open sky, unafraid, dazzled by their freedom. They are happy. But there's still much to be done. The age is still vulnerable. The only way to completely protect it from Gen is to destroy the books once everyone is safely in Tay. I'm hesitant to bring this up with the moiety until they've had a chance to acclimate themselves to the new world, as it would mean they would be forever exiled from the only home they've ever known. Nor am I eager to sever my own connection, and my only path back to my life and family I missed. But for the greater good, it must be done. For the moment, we're safe, but our activities could arouse Gen's suspicions at any moment. We cannot delay. I will return to Riven tomorrow to resume my attempts to persuade the remaining holdouts to join the others in Tay. So for now, I must rest. And unfortunately, she ended up getting captured by Gen.